Damian Grammaticus now. It's estimated that more than 620 million people living in sub-Saharan Africa do not have access to electricity. 10 years ago, that would have been seen as a massive problem. Still a problem, of course. But what has changed is it's also a massive opportunity to design and market the new generation of electricity generating systems. Lumos Global has developed a pay-as-you-go solar energy system for Nigeria. They've just raised $90 million in new finance. It is the largest ever investment in off-grid solar energy. We're going to take a closer look at this with Nia Maron, who is co-founder and president of Lumos Global. First, just explain how it is. We've got part of it here. We haven't got the solar panels because they were a bit too big. They're about a metre wide, a metre up and half a metre across, aren't they? Not huge. And that's it, is it?
That's it. The way it works is this. It's a pay-as-you-go solar system. So we work with MTN in Nigeria, and the customers go to the MTN shop, pick up the...
MTN, sorry, MTN is a mobile phone company.
Oh, sorry, yes. MTN is the largest mobile phone company in Nigeria.
Why would a mobile phone company? Sorry.
So we're looking for billing and we're looking for distribution because the business does not sell the systems. People cannot afford the systems on a one-time payment basis. So what we do is that the systems come locked. They don't manufacture any electricity until the user pays using his existing MTN mobile phone.
Okay. So once they've got that, then they can set it up in their own home? And what does it do?
Correct. So they put the panel on the roof. This goes in the home. They connect it with a cable. Both sides is a plug. You don't need to be an electrician. Typical household use would be two of these lights, where you get the system with the light.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And two to three, which will light 2 to 3 rooms for 6 or 7 hours. On top of this, charge several cell phones. On top of this, a TV, radio, fan.
But you couldn't do a washing machine or something like that?
Not a washing machine, not refrigeration yet. But to be honest, most of our customers don't have the money for these types.
So how much is this costing them? It's pay as you go. It's a kind of a lease purchase job.
Correct. So they pay a commitment fee of 15,000 naira, which depending on exchange rate is roughly $50. And then they pay a daily fee depending on the package that they buy, roughly 50 cents a day. Depending if they buy a longer period, it's a bit cheaper. If it's a shorter period, it's
How many have you sold so far?
We have over 30,000 installations so far in homes and small businesses, churches, mosques, hospitals.
And are you going to make money out of this?
This is a for-profit business. We enjoy the fact that we're doing good and we're impacting lives and people get a better living out of this. Because remember, they've been using kerosene and diesel generators with the fumes and the fires associated with this, the noise. So we're improving lives, saving money for the people, but this is a for-profit.
But it was a very high capital cost to start with, I imagine. Where did you get the funds for that?
So we've been raising funds in a series of rounds. This is already our D round.
D round, you had A, B, C, and D. So you had 4 rounds of raising. Right. And how easy was it to get investors for something like this?
It's never easy, but that's our job. If you have an okay business plan, I think it's possible.
And where did you get the idea from?
I come from on-grid solar, so before launching Lumos, I launched a company that does large on-grid solar projects on rooftops and ground mounts. I read an article about people spending 50 cents a day for kerosene and candles, and we just won a tender, and I realized that you can sell 4 kilowatt or 5 kilowatt hours of electricity for the same 50 cents, and it just didn't make sense. We started from there. My co-founder comes from selling mobile services, so we linked the two, and that's how it became.
Is there much competition? Anybody else doing this?
There are some players doing it, different flavors, mostly in East Africa, mostly using smaller systems and using mobile money.
And what about in the rainy season? I mean, it's not always bright sunshine in Nigeria.
So, in a funny way, the poverty belt is around the equator, and there the difference between winter and summer is not that big. So, on a typical rainy day, you would still get enough to light your home. Maybe not all of the appliances I just mentioned, but most of it you will be able to use.
And also, you keep up a relationship, don't you, with the owners, as they become owners, as they're actually buying this by leasing it. What kind of relationship is that? Is that again through the mobile phone?
So yes, we have a SIM card in each and every box, so we know how much was used, we know how much was generated, and we can communicate with the user through the screen and through his mobile phone.
Why do you do that? Is that for your sake or that for theirs?
So the system is locked until you pay for it, so we need a way to activate the system, and that's one reason. The
So
other,
you can only activate it through you. You're the people who activate it.
exactly. We are the ones who activate it. We send an encrypted message to the system to tell it, open up. It opens up the panel. It opens up the battery.
So nobody else can, I mean, it can't be stolen, for instance,
It cannot be stolen.
because you need you have the lock to it. Neil, thanks very much indeed
Thank
for
you very
joining
much.
us on Business Live.